अस्सलाम वालेकुम। न्यूयॉर्क से मैं हूं रम जावेद और आप देख रहे हैं दुनिया इंटरनेशनल एंड ग्लोबल टीवी। वाशिंगटन में शहादत पाने वाले 66 साल पाकिस्तानी अमेरिकन मोहम्मद अनवर को खराज तहसीन पेश करने और एशियन अमेरिकन के खिलाफ बढ़ते हुए खूनी वाक़यात के खिलाफ एक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस का इनेकाद लेकर पाकिस्तान में वाक़िया पाकिस्तानी की नुमाइंदा तंजीम पाकिस्तानी अमेरिकन यूथ सोसाइटी ने किया। प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में जहाँ पाकिस्तानियों की गैर सरकारी तंजीमों ने हिस्सा लिया, वहाँ ब्रुकलिन बॉल के सदर एरिक एडम्स समेत पाकिस्तानी इंतजामिया और मकामी सियासतदानों ने मोहम्मद अनवर की हलाकत की शदीद मजम्मत की। मोहम्मद अनवर गुज़श्ता दिनों कार जैकिंग के दौरान हलाक हो गए थे। आइए देखते हैं एक एक्सक्लूसिव रिपोर्ट।
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum to the community. And I recall so many years ago in 2001 being here on Coney Island Avenue in the basement and meeting with mothers who saw their children disappear overnight after the terrorist attack. I remember having to stand in front of the 3rd Avenue Federal Penitentiary and call for the release of these young men who did nothing wrong. Merely being Muslim was a signal that they should be criminalized and removed from their families. So as we continue to fight against the anti-Asian violence that we're seeing pop up across this city, as we continue to fight against a lot of the hate speech that we are seeing, we are here today on Coney Island Avenue to send a loud and clear message. It is not all right to maul a child with a pit bull and not charge that family with endangerment of a child or a criminal act. It is not all right for a mayor of a major municipality to indicate that the driver of a car that was merely doing his job did something improper, or that other Uber drivers who are largely of immigrant descent are doing something wrong. It is not all right to continue to have a pattern of treating the almost 1 million Muslims in this city as though they're second-class citizens. That's why we're here. We're here to send a clear and loud message. You don't have to live in the shadows of the American dream. You earn the right to be part of that American dream. You have men and women in the first-line responders in our hospitals and law enforcement. You have men and women in our schools and small businesses. You have contributed to this society. And so let's not ignore the fact that, as I stated, among the anti-Asian energy in this country, let's not ignore the fact that there's an anti-Muslim energy in this country. And there's a level of tolerance when something happens to this community. We have a tendency to believe that maybe it was just an accident. Maybe a dog killing a baby is just an accident. Maybe the reckless criminal action of what happened to Brother Elmar was just an accident, or just something that should not have happened. I don't accept that. Just as I did not accept that mothers in this community should have had their sons ripped from their households during 2001. I don't believe in 2021 we should continue to allow this to happen. So I stand with this community, not today, not yesterday, but over 20 years ago. I am not going anywhere, and you are not going anywhere. You are part of this country, and you are part of this borough, and you're part of this city. We will stand up together. Anytime hatred shows its face, we will make a clear statement. Not in our city, not in our state, not in our country. Thank you.
Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. On behalf of the Consul General of Pakistan and on behalf of the entire team of Pakistan Consulate General, I have been specially sent to attend this important occasion. As our brother Muhammad Anwar was a Pakistani, and we are also Pakistani, so today may I take the liberty to address today's audience in our national language, Urdu. मेरे भाई और बहनों, सबसे पहले तो मैं शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ आप सबका कि आप यहाँ पे आए, और मैं काशिफ हुसैन साहब का और उनके जो दोस्त अहबाब हैं उनका भी शुक्रगुज़ार हूँ कि उन्होंने मुझे मौका दिया और कौंसलेट जनरल को मौका दिया कि वो आज यहाँ पे आपके सामने हम आए हैं। सबसे पहले तो हम इसकी पुरज़ोर मज़म्मत करते हैं। जिस तरीके से मैं कहूँगा ये शहादत है कि उनकी शहादत हुई, और जिस तरीके से ये जो वीडियो में जो कि मतलब यानी जो अलमनाक मनाज़र हमने देखे, तो सबसे पहले तो हम दुआ करेंगे कि अल्लाह ताला उन शहीद को जवार रहमत में आला मुकाम दे, और उनकी जो ख़ानदान है, उनके बच्चे और उनकी अहलिया, उनको सब्र जमील दे। और चूँकि मैं एक सरकारी नुमाइंदा हूँ, तो हम आपको ये बताते चलें कि उनका ताल्लुक़ वर्जीनिया से था, और वर्जीनिया को हमारी जो एम्बेसी है वाशिंगटन में वो देखती है। तो हमारे सफ़ीर मोहतरम वो पहुँचे हैं ख़ुसूसी तौर पर अहल ख़ाना से मुलाकात करने। वहाँ उन्होंने उनसे मुलाकात की है, उनको तसल्ली दी है और ताज़ियत की है उनके घर पे। और साथ में हमारी जो एम्बेसी है वाशिंगटन में, हमारा सफारत खाना जो है, उन्होंने जो हमारे मोहम्मद अनवर साहब के घर वाले हैं उनको यकीन दिलाया है कि हर किस्म की पॉसिबल मुमकिन मदद की जाएगी इनकी इंशाल्लाह।
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Kashif Hussain. I am an immigrant and Muslim advocate and one of the co-organizers for this press conference. Let me begin by saying that in past few weeks throughout the United States, and especially in our tri-state area, there is an emergency happening in real time. Immigrant communities that have endured racism, hate, and discrimination for a very long time, and now they are on edge and are in a state of panic. Day after day, we are witnessing brazen attacks in broad daylight against immigrant communities and immigrant workers. And in some cases, the results are devastating, as lives are being lost to senseless and heinous crimes. A couple of days ago, a 65-year-old Filipino woman was attacked right in front of the security guard in Times Square, where she was repeatedly kicked in the head while everybody watched and let it happen. Our Asians, brothers and sisters, have been attacked at their work, in the subways, and on the streets. In this day and age where our gig economy is hurting, we are seeing our taxi drivers, Uber, Lyft drivers, livery and black car drivers are subject to discrimination and crimes against them, and I ask why. Immigrant communities and workers face these challenges daily because of how they look and how they talk. The offenders feel that it is okay to pick on them because they are the most vulnerable people in our city, state, and nation. We have fought for a change at a federal level by voting the racist regime from the White House, and we are not afraid to do so locally and statewide if need be. Today we gather here to mourn a beautiful life that was taken away on March 23rd.
And also my colleagues in government, and our friends and brothers and sisters from the Pakistani community to stand together in solidarity with the Pakistani community and to denounce this act of injustice that took the life of a hard-working people. Mohammed, right now, we are trying to get rid or to get through the COVID-19, a very devastating disease. And we rely on the hard-working people who are in the forefront to provide the needed services to our community. And many of them, they are immigrant people working hard, like Mohammed, who was a very important citizen, an outstanding citizen, providing a very important service to the community.
It's not easy to express the word, express your feelings, your pain by the word. As you see the possible flyer here, we express our feeling by the words. You know, this is two heartbreaking incident happened in our community. One, the toddler Aziz, he killed by the dog, and the other brother Anwar, he killed by the two teenagers. So I have the deepest condolence from my entire women community for their family with the Aziz and the brother Anwar, and we demand for the justice and we demand for the safety of all Uber drivers and immigrants and Asian community. You see here that the passport board, we express our feeling here. You know, it's not easy to forget that pain. As a mother, I cannot forget this pain till then my death if unfortunately I lost my kid. So everyone can feel this pain, and we not only demand for the justice, I only demand for the compensation for the toddler Aziz. And I demand also for the brother Anwar's family justice and compensation also. And also I condemn the irresponsible statement from the mayor of Washington DC, as he says like he should have, you know, like be careful. He should be careful at that time why he like running after the thief. So, you know, as an Uber driver, he's not the bill owner. He's not the, you know, the big businessman. Only the taxi, only the one car is the only asset for him, you know. That is the only source of income for him. So at that time, the brother Anwar, I think the things like how can I save this resource of income? So whatever he think at that time he did, and he lost his, you know, like the life. He was the only source of income for their family. So it's very heartbreaking, and we condemn this incident, and we should make sure like it could not happen again in our, you know, like the community.
52nd Assembly District, which includes Atlantic Avenue, in an area that has many Middle Eastern businesses and Middle Eastern neighbors, and many large Muslim community as well. And I have been living there for 40 years. And these are my neighbors. These are our neighbors. What happened to Mr. Anwar is a disgrace. It is scary. It is frightening. And it cries out for justice. And it is so important that those of us in our communities need to work together. We need to be allies for each other. We need to stand up for the Asian community. We need to stand up for everybody who is subject to injustice in this country. And that is what I will continue to do in my district and everywhere I am in the borough of Brooklyn. So I thank you for the honor of allowing me to speak and share some thoughts with you today. And let's make sure that this does not ever happen again. Thank you.
Anytime hate shows their face in our community, we tell it to take a hike. And every time we come out here, some people don't think it bears fruits. Well, it does. It sends a clear message to all New Yorkers that hate has no place in our city.
Assalamu alaikum. I just want to clarify that I'm here as a Adil Rana. I'm here as a community member. I'm here as a person that's concerned. You know, we have a lot of people in front of us, behind me. Eric Adams, he's always been here for our community. He's always stood by, no matter what the cause was, no matter what the issue was, whether in the city, in the country, or in the world, he was always there standing with the Muslim and the Pakistani community. So I'm glad that he's here again. I'm glad that other elected officials are here, or soon to be elected officials are here. But one thing, as you can see, we all coming together for one cause. As we have stood here in front of this mosque, in this community, with our Jewish brothers and sisters, with our other faith and other nationalities, brothers and sisters, to condemn any type of hate or condemn any type of action towards them. We are here together again, unfortunately, to mention the same thing. We could not wait. We could have had tomorrow, we could have had hundreds of people here, but we could not wait to send that message. The message is that we are united.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I don't have any new words to say and share any new sympathies or condolences. And I was not willing to speak at this forum at the moment because I don't want to speak with empty words. Everybody said whatever they had to say. Everybody's going to be on their merry way, and I don't think anything's going to come out of this. I'm sorry to say, I'm going to speak exactly the way I feel. So you gave me the mic, I'm going to lay down exactly the way I feel. So everybody knows about hatred and so on and so forth. The main reason we have gathered today at this platform was seek justice for our two individuals, one 3-year-old child and other one Muhammad Anwar. And all this lies with the elected officials and the communities. Everybody is involved in this, and everybody is equally responsible for this. Those two teenager females, they deserve to be put away for a long time. That is the justice. Of course, I'm not gonna give a lecture to anybody on the Constitution, on the criminal law, or how long the punishment should be, but those people should be put away for a long time, so that sends a message.
As always, I stand in solidarity with the Pakistani community. What happened in DC and what happened to the young child in New Jersey is injustice. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And we have to come together as a unified community in order to drive all those who choose to divide us, who choose to try to enact acts of violence against us out. We must make sure that none of this happens ever again. Whether it's in DC, whether it's here in New York, whether it's in Jersey or anywhere else in this world.
At the end, I just want to say one thing. The Martin Luther King dream, his dream is still a dream. It's up to all those elected officials who attended today. Either they keep dreaming or it's time for them to wake up and help the community. Thank you, everyone.